Okay, welcome back, everyone. And with us we have
Jennifer Landry.
The great Jennifer Landry is
That's
back
me.
again.
That's me. Yep.
I think this third time on the show or second time?
It might have been second. It might be second
Okay.
time.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
maybe
Yeah. I'm
second
excited
time.
to
I
be
thought
here.
it was more times than that. Well, I guess we see. Well, she is a vote member. as
Vote
well.
member, Flick
So
member.
we see her a lot. Yeah,
We're Flick members too,
Yeah,
so we just
yeah.
see her all the time. Maybe it's not on TV, it's just out in the community.
Everywhere.
And I tell you, I like these are my favorite recordings because I like recording with people that I know are serious about loving, about fixing things.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we call on you so often, because I know you and Chad is her husband,
Yeah.
guys. Chad is her husband.
Mm-hmm.
So we just like dealing with people that are really sincere, right? And that I know you are.
Yes.
It also makes these episodes so much more, for me, enjoyable and relaxing because we see Jennifer all the time, and so it's just another conversation. And we cutting up off the camera, cutting up on the camera. But Jennifer is always involved in something new. I will say that
Always,
every time I
always.
see her.
Doesn't
She's-
get tired like a Duracell.
Yeah.
Always.
I was going to go with the other brand, the Energizer Bunny,
Energizer.
you know?
Yeah, Energizer.
That part.
Yeah. So Jennifer, tell us a little bit about. I understand you have a new mission.
I do.
Okay.
do.
Tell us a little bit about that, because
Sure.
I don't want to miss.
No, that's okay.
word or anything.
So I am always involved in everything. One of my goals is to change people and help people to embrace the goodness within themselves. So some of the focuses that I have right now is parents and youth. That is so important. It's about getting them together for one, and also supporting them and teaching the parents how to be advocates, how to be advocates, how to be strong, how to lean on each other, because I didn't have those things,
Right.
that I didn't have that. Of course, I grew up in a single parent household. It was just me and my mother, then along came my brother, but we didn't have no communication, that didn't exist. In my family, communication in a household don't exist. So I lacked that whenever I had my children. I didn't know to say I love you. They didn't know to say I love you, mama.
Right.
And it was just, it was very, we knew we loved each other, but it wasn't expressed enough.
Yes.
So, and that's like that in most
Yes,
households.
yes, it is. Yes, it
Nowadays,
is. Yes, it is.
we don't
Yes, it
throw
is.
that love word out enough,
Right.
or embrace, love enough. And that's something that I want to change.
Or if we do use it, it's Webster's version.
That
It's
part.
not the real. Like I have this motto: I spell love with the U, and I spell it LUV, and that U stands for us.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
But that other word, it flies around so much that people then started associating that with. It's just out of context.
Yes, definitely. And that, we have to change that. We have to change how we show each other love, how we love our children,
Right.
how to embrace our children coming to us when they have issues. A lot of times we don't want to talk about those uncomfortable things.
Right.
If it's
Yes.
uncomfortable, I don't want to hear it. Go talk to your friends about it, or go talk to this person about it. And that's very unhealthy.
Yeah.
That is absolutely unhealthy. And I think when you have that, when you don't have that open line of communication, what you're doing is opening up a door for your child to go elsewhere, get the wrong information.
Yeah.
That
Right,
part.
Right.
And after that, it kind of spirals down, and that's what happened in my life. My kids didn't come to me, they never approached me with a bad situation. Same thing with me. I never approached my mother with a bad situation, and I'm sure it happened generations before her. And now I think we need to break that generational curse.
Yes.
So
Break it.
you're mentioning this, and I'm wondering, where does that, for you in your eyes, right? You've experienced this. You're looking to help parents. What does that stem from? Of being, is it that parents don't know the things that they should be talking to their kids about? Is it that they're scared to talk about it because if you talk about it, then kids might do it more?
Yeah.
Like where do you see a lot of this sort of coming from, and where do you see you're wanting to help parents in this?
Sure. So I think it's more so, well, several reasons. One, I think the parents really don't know. They don't know. Two, it's uncomfortable. Absolutely uncomfortable. You don't want to have that talk. It's just something you just don't do.
Yes,
And
yes,
it's just very uncomfortable. And I think you have a lot of families, not just one. You have millions of households, millions of parents who are in that same situation. So I think if we can put all these parents together in one room and be able to lean on each other, help each other, build each other up, I think that's great, man. Just getting them together as a support, even if it's not just about communication, support, period.
Yeah.
Support, period. We don't have many people, I'll say, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of people don't have people to really lean on and cry with and talk to about certain things, because they have to realize, okay, it's not just me. So where's the help?
Yeah.
I need help.
My wife and I were new parents, well, a year in. I still call it new parents. And we were talking about the village, right? And like how the village has changed and what it looks like and what it doesn't look like. And there are many parents, right? And they may not even be experiencing hardship, but they still feel isolated and alone. And so
That's
you're
right.
talking about, right, like knowing that somebody else is there being
That's
really,
it.
really important.
That's it.
I think one of the hardest things to do is when you're a child and you come from, when you don't get those hugs and you don't get that, that family tie, and then you grow into an adult and you have a kid, we tend to forget that we're still learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That we're learning too at that point.
Yeah.
And the kid, because we might not move in a fashion where like the kids see on TV or at the friend's house. We don't move like that, and I think the kids don't understand and that we're still learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I deal with that with my babies all the time because but I tell them all the time, constantly, Daddy never had that. That's why I'm so affectionate. That's why. So you gotta excuse me, but I never had that.
Yeah.
And and I just want you to have that.
That's it.
And I think I would add to that, Marcus. I think there are a lot of parents who think you grow out of needing that love and affection as an adult, where you don't. Like there's so many parents, adults, and it's like, no, you actually need that as an adult. You don't just put that to the side as a parent because that fills you up to allow you to be a parent. You don't have to just be this hard exterior.
I think subconsciously, when you know this baby is coming, you looking for that moment when you can get and receive and give all of that affection that you dreamed of,
Yes, yes,
But to your point, if we never had that growing up, we have a reluctancy to cross some boundaries with our kids because we don't know how to approach a conversation with the kids because you're too afraid to upset them.
Exactly.
You don't want to turn them away from you. And that's the hard part of parenting.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to, you have to whip the horse for it to move sometimes.
Yep. And what's funny is, so I am a mom, I have 3 children. Well, I had 3 children. So my oldest daughter, she is 26 years old. And to this day, and it's really sad to say, and again, it goes back to not being taught this. When I was raising her, I don't recall ever telling my baby I love her. Yes. And
I say it all the time now.
God, We talk every day, all day, every day, all day. And I have my daughter that passed away. I think if I would have expressed that love to her more, and I was young when I had them, so at that time I was more of a friend.
Yeah.
I was that friend. I wasn't that mama. I was that friend. I was 17 years old when my first child was born, 18 when I had my second one. I was their friend more than their mom. So that is one of the other reasons I don't think I threw that love out there, because we were just like, friends.
homies.
We grew up in the household as siblings versus these are my children. My mama took care of me and them.
The babies. Yeah.
So we grew up as siblings, and when I had my son, you can't tell, let me tell you something. It's not a day that goes by that I don't call that boy and say, Mom, I mean, baby, I love you. I love you. I love you. My grandbabies, I love you.
But you learned.
Oh my God, did
That's
I?
that learning process.
Did I? And it's absolutely scary because I didn't have nobody to turn to at that time. I had nobody to talk to. A lot of things that I was dealing with, I kept that bottle up on the inside. I pushed it to the back and I moved on.
Right.
And I did that throughout the years. Bottle, push it, move on. And after a while, man, that breaks you.
Yeah.
Whoo, that
I was
breaks
going
you.
to ask you that. I was going to ask you what type of effects having that capped up and fizzing over for so long. What type of effects derive from that? Like what happens? Any emotional, mental?
Yeah, oh yes, my mental was absolutely. I mean, it was traumatizing, absolutely, because I feel like, and I've always felt like I always had to be that strong person.
Right.
When my daughter died at her funeral, I was the strong one. Imagine that, my baby laying there, and I'm the strong one. Everybody's crying and carrying on, and I'm embracing everybody. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And that's where I was. And everybody would look at me like, Jennifer, how are you doing this? What is going on? Why are you not crying? And I say, because I got to be strong for this one, this one. My child is right here. My son, I had to be strong for everybody. But the moment they dropped my baby in the ground, I broke.
Yes.
I broke. And for about a week, I broke after that.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot. And again, I'm always the strongest in the room. It balls and it balls. And after a while, I hate to admit it, it just, and however it comes out, it just comes out. Yeah. And parents people need to stop that.
Yeah.
I think that highlights such an important, I think a lot of people do that, but it highlights the importance of your group, right? That this parental support group, because I think there are a lot of assumptions, not just with being a parent and what are the expectations of being a parent and being strong and what you should manage, but then also if you're a parent who is dealing with either crisis or something bad happening, right? Like there are different expectations, and sometimes it's shame if your kids are in trouble or something is happening, and I think a lot of parents struggle to navigate that.
Yes, definitely.
Because like you're saying, right, like almost everybody's not given the tools for this toolkit or to navigate this. But the support group is a judgment-free zone, a chance for people who, I guess, have common experiences to come and share. I think it provides a lot of different opportunities, right? I wanted to get to the point of like, it's not just a space that you're come in to teach people skills. No, it's actual support. It's actual hearing and sharing, because you have this lived experience also.
I guess it's just understanding you're not alone, because a lot of times you feel, and then as an adult, being a parent, we have this thing in the hood where we from. Don't let your business. Don't let people know your business. What you're dealing with.
Exactly.
So it makes it even harder.
Yes.
So we need
even though everybody knows the business already.
That part. And I think if And it's not only that, you know, a lot of times we got this in school, you know, being with Flick, I deal with a lot of issues with children in school that are, you know, going through things. You know, parents call me, my baby's been suspended, expelled. Can I get help? Yeah, come on, come on. And I'll go into school and I'll sit down with them. So if they have children that are getting into things at school, children that are getting into trouble with the juvenile detention center or whatever, that part. That's this, we can all come together and sit down. You know, you'd be surprised. There was a parent there, and by her and I talking for the last support group, our stories were just like this.
Yeah.
You know, and we were able to lean on each other. We actually cried together. We cried together.
Yeah.
You know, so having that support, no judgment.
Right.
No judgment,
Right.
a shoulder to cry on, resources if you need it. We do grounding. We'll sit down, meditate, ground. We'll eat. We'll just sit down and talk. You know, it's very informal. We don't read from a script. We let
Right, yes, yes,
everything just come out. You know, support.
I think what you're describing is the beginning of that village.
Yeah.
That Matt was talking about.
Yes.
You know.
And you know, I see such a natural connection here. I've been going to Flick meetings since they all started.
Yes.
And one of the things that always happens is somebody new shows up, and they're usually always a parent because they just heard about it or they've been
Yep.
searching, and it's like, I didn't know what to do. I just decided to show up.
Yeah,
So this is such a
exactly.
great natural extension for support from the community organizing work, right? Like the Flick meetings are very community organizing, and this is such a good support system for that.
Yes. It's very personal, very confidential. What happens in that space stays in that
Right,
space.
right.
We're not there to, you know, broadcast anybody's business because that's a safe space.
Right,
You know,
right,
we need a safe space.
Yes.
And that's the safe space. You know, come together and let's cry on each other. You know, cry on each other's shoulders, talk, laugh. You know, enjoy. You know, just that time. And not only is it, you know, a time to come together, but you get a little free time in between. You know,
Yeah.
all parents, let's just come on together.
Yeah. And you know, it doesn't always have to be like a meeting.
That part.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just a
That
gathering.
part.
It's just
Yeah.
it's just a
gathering.
clubhouse. Like, let's come hang out and let's just be us.
That's
you know what I mean?
it. That's it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and for the next, you know, I'm gonna also try to start doing, you know, again, some activities while we're there. Just kind of break the cycle. Maybe we'll sit down and do some painting and talking. You know,
Yeah.
doing a little
Yeah.
painting and talking, journaling.
Yeah.
You know, just to make it fun and engaging.
Yeah.
You know.
You're very creative, so I know it won't be a boring.
No.
it won't be
Look,
boring.
I'm always doing
You've
stuff.
done it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, you know, we have Ronald Marshall on a lot, and he always talks about healing and like the different ways you can sort of,
Yes.
you know, rewrite your trauma and
That's
stuff.
it.
And this sounds like such a
Yes.
great
Yes.
opportunity.
That's it.
for
I actually
folks.
took up somatic healing. So,
So-
Oh, wow.
I took up some somatic healing. Yeah.
So for the people out there, when you say parent, is that gender specific?
No,
It's
not
for
at all.
parent,
Parents,
period.
male,
That's
female,
That's
teen,
awesome.
mom.
That's awesome.
You know, and it is
Teen
open.
dads,
Yes,
that's awesome.
yes, it
That's
is
awesome.
open. So yeah, no gender specific at all. You know, we welcome everybody.
So I want to give you a chance to say, when is this support group? Where is it happening? How can people find out information? How do they
Sure.
get in touch with you?
So our next support meeting is Wednesday, July the 16th, between 4 and 5:30 at the main library at 301 West Congress Street on the second floor. And for information, you can give me a call at 337-419-9019.
Yep,
Yeah.
phone number right down there.
Right at the bottom.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
What else do you want to say about this? We got like 5 minutes left. What else do you want to say about the support group that you haven't already said?
That we would love for everybody, you know, really to come out. Just come out, and even if you come out once, just come out and experience it. You know, we all as parents, we need people to lean on, and especially if you're going through things. If you're going through something, again, this is no judgment. We want you to come and be a part of our community, our village. This is our village. And, spread the word, share it, let everybody know, you are more than welcome. We're going to feed you. We're going to, we're going to have a absolutely good time, but again, we're going to laugh and we may cry, but just come out, even if it's once, just come out.
And I'm going to second something to the audience that I previously mentioned opening up the show. These people, Flick, especially, because these are my friends, especially her and her husband, Chad, they are so serious about helping fix the kids. Community is one thing, but the kids is the foundation or the upcoming foundation for a better community.
Definitely.
And I want to personally thank you guys for everything that you've done, because I've witnessed you pour out yourself. I've witnessed you, your own money, your own time. Like, I've witnessed you have no limits to loving these kids out here.
Thank you.
And that is like the definition of beauty.
Thank you so
me.
much. I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. So is there anything else you would like to just, and it doesn't have to be about this.
Yeah,
Anything else
quickly.
you'd like to?
So I don't know if people are aware, but actually you mentioned Chad. So Chad recently started doing some work with the Extra Mile. They do mobile crisis.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
so he
was
does,
talking
yes.
Another great
Yes,
organization.
yes, he does mobile crisis. So if you have a crisis situation in your home with your children, there's a number to call. I don't have it in front of me, but that number, you call that number and they send somebody out. Chad is a parent support. He does parent support or family support. So he'll go there. You have a caseworker go there. Chad talks to the parents. There's someone else there that talks to the kids. They come up with a plan and they help the children. So what that does is avoids law enforcement.
Yes.
Yes.
That avoids
Yep.
law
Yeah.
enforcement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So it's
That's a
an
huge,
tool. It's
huge
amazing.
tool.
Yes.
It's
Yes, that's a
amazing.
huge tool.
Absolutely amazing. I love that. I'm happy for that here in Lafayette and surrounding areas, actually.
That's a great resource. That's a fantastic resource.
Definitely, definitely.
All right.
Well, so we've come to the end of the program. And Jennifer, again, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
This, like I told you guys, this was going to be a pretty profound segment, because anytime you're dealing with the kids, like, it's serious and it's sensitive. And I think that, like, your program is going to be a good place for parents to be educated on what their kids are going through, because there are going to be parents there who went through the same thing, and they can offer
Yes.
that experience
That.
of how you could navigate whatever situation you're dealing with.
That's it. Yes,
So-
definitely.
Yeah, so I really thank you. And please come again.
I sure will. Thank you for having
And-
me.
Yes, ma'am. And we'll be right back.